My wonderful little Sigma FP arrived today, and I ordered it knowing full well I probably wouldn't get a unit with firmware version 2 in it because that came out last week. And I went online to see if there were any videos on how to do a firmware update, even though it's relatively simple. I saw that there weren't any, so hopefully this helps some of you folks out. So all you really have to do is pretty straightforward. You power the camera on, and I will tilt it face down like this, hopefully minimize the reflections, and you go into the menu. You navigate from shoot through play into system, and the very first thing you want to do now, when you ordered your FP you did get a card, right? Because you need one to do this. So you go into memory media format, hit SD card, and hit enter. All files will be deleted if this card... Now it's important you do this because you want a clean root. If there's any issues with the SD card, you want to just wipe it out. So format the SD card, yes, formatting. Okay, now that we're done with that, we can go over to the computer and install the software. Let's go. So the first thing you want to do is navigate over to Sigma's website where the firmware is. I'll put a link in the description below. You scroll down on this particular page until you get to the bottom and you will see a download. It's a bin file. You download this bad guy, save it, and once it's saved, it's going to take a minute. It's 18.8 megs and it is done. So now I will actually go ahead and open that containing folder, cut it out from here, and I'm simply just going to paste it into the SD card, which I believe is right here. So here's my SD card. All we got to do is right click, paste right to the root folder. That's all you have to do. It's right there. You know it's right. There's no image, DC image folder here because obviously I just formatted this card. So that is it. So then all we're going to have to do is we're going to go back. All right, so now we're back here. Let's just put our card in with the bin file, the firmware, into the camera. Close up the little door. And we turn it on. And we go into our menu. Once again, you have to go all the way over to System. And once you get there, it's in the last page of System. You go down to Firmware Update, click right, this little wheel. You select camera because we don't want to update the firmware for the lens. You click right, start firmware update. My current version you can see is 1.01 and the version on the SD card is version 2. Start firmware update. You want to make sure the battery is fully charged when you do this because if the battery dies then you could brick the camera. Start firmware update. Hit the center button for yes, and it says the camera will restart automatically once the update is complete. Firmware update is complete, the camera will restart, and here it is restarting. And we can go back into menu and go back over to System and see where we are. We go down to information, again hit the right part of this little dial wheel, and version 2.0, it's right there. And yeah, it's just that simple. So hope you enjoyed it. There's going to be a bit of a shift in my YouTube videos, not so much a shift, but in addition to you know, the car stuff I do as a hobby. This is work for me. This is actually how I pay my bills. So I'm probably going to start imparting some of the wisdom and nuggets I've gleaned over the last... Tomorrow is my birthday, ladies and gents, and I have been paid in this industry as a director now for exactly 30 years. It's been a long time. It's been a long, fun road. There may be a few things I can share with some people, so there's going to be probably a divergence of stuff. You know, car guys, you can follow the car stuff, and people into film, video, and everything else follow that. So this marks the beginning of said divergence. I hope this was helpful to you, and remember, subscribe.